Hi and welcome to today's video. Today we're going to talk about counterparty risk and especially about exchanges and counterparty risk. So what is counterparty risk? Basically, counterparty risk is if you have to trust somebody to hold your money or your Bitcoin. This would be a bank. A bank can default and all your savings are gone. This could also be a crypto exchange if you are not holding your Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies in your own wallet. And if you're not managing your own keys, then basically you have counterparty risk. It's an old saying in the Bitcoin community, not your key, not your coins. That means there's a lot of possible happenings that could appear that you cannot get your Bitcoin anymore from an exchange. It's not very super likely, but it also depends what kind of exchanges you are trusting. So in the case of the most regulated exchanges, we have not so much risk, I would say. So for example, Coinbase in the US or Gemini or Kraken or exchanges like that, they are quite regulated. They work together with the regulators. But then on the other side, we also have exchanges like Binance that recently got quite some heat or a lot of shutdowns or regulations against Binance. So for example, they are not able to operate in parts of the UK at the moment anymore. They're not able to operate in Canada for some regions and so on. So in the US, Binance made a different subdivision. So they have Binance US and not Binance.com in the US. And there you have a limited supply or you have limited coins that you can trade. It's all regulated over there. So it really depends. If you hold your cryptos, if you hold your Bitcoin on Binance, it's more likely that a government will step in and you will get problems or Binance will go down or whatever. So, and there's, of course, I'm not talking about Binance. In general, I like Binance very much. I just want to make you aware of a possible risk of exchanges. And there are many, many more out there that are not regulated now. Of course, in crypto, you could say you don't really want to be regulated because this is the main purpose or one of the purposes that you're holding Bitcoin, because you can then exchange from person to person your Bitcoin. You don't need somebody in between. This is one of the main purposes of Bitcoin, that you don't have to have a party in between, that you are in full control. The idea is that you hold your own private key, that you have your own crypto Bitcoin wallet, and then you are able to send and receive money to whoever you like, and nobody can actually regulate this. If you're using a crypto exchange and if you're not using your own wallet, this of course can be a risk, because the exchange could tell you you are not allowed to send to this person, or they could block transaction to you, or the governments could actually step in, and who knows if they ever will decide to make Bitcoin illegal or they want to confiscate Bitcoin. Then if your Bitcoin, if your assets are on exchange, you are at risk of losing them, of course. So here we have a very simple comparison between the advantages and disadvantages of holding Bitcoin on exchange and in your own wallet. So Bitcoin exchanges, the advantages are easy account recovery. This is unfortunately still a big problem that is for regular people actually too complicated to have their own wallet, to store their own keys, to be their own bank, to understand what they need to recover the wallet again, and so on. So of course the advantage is that if you lose your logins and if you are with the exchange, you call the support, you write a ticket to the support, and normally it should not be a problem that they can help you to log in again if you can verify everything they need, and then you are logged in again. Then here another advantage, third party help keeping track of your Bitcoin. So you have also, of course, the security part is outsourced to this third party. They're gonna manage everything for you. They're gonna make sure that your Bitcoin is safe. A lot of these places have insurances, so if they, in a case that they would get hacked or lose some Bitcoin or whatever, they would be insured and you would get back your money and so on. And of course, on these exchanges, it's very easy to buy and sell cryptos and exchange it, so it's very convenient. The disadvantages is, of course, no direct ownership, as we discussed before. So you're not really owning the assets that you have on the exchange. They are there under your name, but if something really happens, then they are not your assets anymore. You have to trust a third party, as we discussed in very detail. And of course, you have slower transactions. Slower transactions is basically that you have to move it out of your wallet. You have to move it onto an exchange if you want to exchange it, or if you want to get out money, or if you want to lend against it, you also would have to put it to the platform. You have to wait for the confirmations and so on. But like I said, one of the main purposes of Bitcoin is really that you control it yourself, that you are in charge and you don't have a third party in between. And also this counterparty risk, keep in mind, this is true for staking. So if you go up to a staking platform where you get yield, then you put there your staking, your tokens, you put your Bitcoin, you put your other assets, and you have to be aware that this is also counterparty risk. And it does not have to be the third party, it could also be some issue in the code. If we talk about DeFi, for example, if you don't have a central company where you deposit your crypto, but you use a DeFi platform, for example, which is a little different, theoretically you don't have to trust a third party, but you have to trust the contract. And if there is an issue in the code, then you also lose your crypto asset. So it's also a risk. Be very careful where you send your crypto. I would suggest to find a way to hold your own crypto, store it on a hardware wallet if you have a lot of crypto. If you don't have so much, it's totally fine to keep it on a software wallet on your phone or on your computer. But be aware that this is really a risk, and if possible, you should not have a third party involved. I hope this was useful. If you watch it on YouTube, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Have a nice rest of your day. Take care. Bye bye.